Right on, my handsomes, welcome to another sim racing video with Jam First. Before we get going, I'd like to ask you to hit the like, the subscribe and the notification bell for more content if you like what you're watching, and that'll be proper job. So without further ado, let's get on and drive some cars. So in this video, we're going to be doing a similar thing to the Lotus video. We've taken 3 cars from the same manufacturer, in this case Ferrari. We're going to be looking firstly at the Ferrari 312-67. We'll be looking at the 312T and the Ferrari 655-2004. First car we're going to look at is the Ferrari 312-67. This is F1 in its purest form. There's no aero, there's no tricks, just mechanical grip, power and a pilot. Car is propelled by a 3-litre V12 naturally aspirated 3 valves per cylinder double overhead cam engine with a power output of about 390 horsepower. Still using a manual 5-speed gearbox. It's mounted into a monocoque chassis with fiberglass and aluminium body. Made the 67 quite a lightweight car. It weighed 548 kilos. Wasn't a world beater, unfortunately, due to Brabham's success in 67, but it was no slouch. The most successful position was at the hands of Kiwi Chris Amon, and he drove this car to the highest place of 3rd on 3 separate occasions. It's a fun car to drive. Can't imagine how scary it would have been for those guys that were driving it in the day, but we'll give it a go. Let's see what happens and see what she's like. So we'll be driving around Spa, historic track, not in its historic form for this car particularly. So coming out of the pit at the back of the source, down through to a Rouge, flat out, lovely job, up through Radion, and then right round the corner of the Camel. As you can see, she's a bit squirmy, through Camel, down the straight, missed the gear. Thought they had 6, not 5. I'm stupid. Into Les Combes. So far, all under control. A little bit wiggly. Through Malmedy. And we're down towards turns 9 and down towards turn 10, double gauche. Quite a difficult corner to get right. As you can see, the car's a little bit slidey. She'd have sounded lovely though. Down to the Fagney. Still got it under control, only just mine, only just. Down the campus, through campus, down into Paul Ferreira. Still managing to keep it right. Now through for turn 16 coming up. And I get it a little bit wrong through Blanchimont, bit wide. Come up to the chicane, which used to be called Bus Stop, because I believe in the historic time there was actually a bus stop there. Now chicane, over the start finish straight, lovely, proper job. Kept it together pretty much. Next, the Ferrari 312T. It's got a revolutionary naturally aspirated flat 12 going up to 4 valves per cylinder with a double overhead cam. Power output of 480 horsepower. Still using a manual 5-speed gearbox. Monocoque chassis. Aluminium panels. Also with the introduction of composite panels in combination with the aluminium, giving the car a weight of 575 kilos. So a little heavier than the 67, but it was a much more aerodynamic car, and also with aero this time. Start of the aero sort of era, where they're starting to understand it a little bit more, a little bit better. This car propelled the one and only Niki Lauda to the world title in 1975. Probably one of the greatest drivers that's ever graced the track, in my opinion. The guy was amazing. James Hunt also seemed to think so. As you can see, it's also a lively car. So again, let's go see what she's like. Right, once again, out through pit exit at back of the source, down the straight. Love that camera angle. It's blooming fantastic. Splat. Right on. Flat out now. No gear missing for me this time. I'll work this one out. That flat 10 is quite a strange sound. Flat 10, flat 12 rather. It was considered a V12, but it was pretty much dead flat, 180 degrees. Still a handful, even though the aero is on the car. Aero's quite rudimentary really at this stage of F1. And loads and loads of power. It's really quite a tricky car to control, to be fair. Even with those dirty great big tyres on the back. The guys who drove these cars must have been complete lunatics, to be fair. And yeah, Niki Lauda, hats off. Hats off to Niki Lauda for racing these things. Obviously Niki Lauda, probably one of the greatest drivers that sort of my generation has known. Influenced a lot of people, especially in Mercedes of recent times. His passing recently. So keeping the car under pretty much control. I'm never going to be able to drive these cars to their maximum potential. I can barely drive a normal road car to keep it on the road, let alone drive anything like this. So it's all good though. Really enjoyed driving this. I missed the braking point there for the bus stop though, and took it a bit wide, but it's alright, it's all good. I got it round in one piece. That is the most important thing. Finally, we have the Ferrari 655 2004. This car is a naturally aspirated V10 with 4 valves per cylinder, double overhead cam engine, putting out about 852 horsepower. It's fitted with the what is now a commonplace 7-speed semi-automatic paddle shift gearbox. It's got a carbon fibre and aluminium honeycomb monocoque chassis, giving the car a total weight of 605 kilos. This car took Michael Schumacher to the world title in that year, but with Rubens Barrichello as a teammate, it secured the constructors title as well. Again, Michael Schumacher, probably one of the greatest drivers that's ever graced the track. And it is an awesome car. Sounds like an angry wasp. Oh, one angry wasp sounds like a whole swarm of angry wasps. But we'll drive it. We'll see what she's like. Bet she's quick, isn't it? So, the Ferrari 2004. It's an animal. It is absolutely insane, this car. Grip in abundance, power in abundance. As you can see, the acceleration, there's that camera angle again. So much power, so much acceleration and speed. Braking power as well. And you see, lock up the front brakes there ever so slightly. And it just hangs on to the track. You sort of tell it where to go, and again another little lock up on the inside front brake. You tell it where to go, and it goes. Fantastic stuff. An era of Formula One which we'll never see again. Those loud V10s will come down a little bit now for the V6 turbocharged hybrid era. So we'll never hear these screaming monsters in anger on a racetrack other than at display events. Right, coming up to the end of the lap. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. It's taken a long time. And this is me, Jam First. Cheers and gone.